Hey everyone, my name is Max Aaron James, and this is a review of the project American Girl by Kish. More so the Super Deluxe Value Size Edition, which is just a deluxe version or a deluxe edition of the project. Now, I do not want to say where Kish claims, like as far as where she's from, but she was born in Orlando, spent some of her childhood in New Jersey. A lot of her style apparently was influenced by, East Coast, Jersey, New York stuff. I was first introduced to her through Childish Gambino's Royalty mixtape. She has a feature on there. Around that same time, her EP/mixtape K Plus dropped, where Childish Gambino had, it seemed like he had a bit of a creative influence on it throughout the process because he's featured on a couple tracks and is in the skits as well. I very much enjoyed that project. Said, let me see what else she has. Her first album, Reflections in Real Time, came out, and it didn't really settle in my mind. I didn't go back to it. I listened to it maybe twice, and I didn't really look at it. Also, my music taste shifted a bit around that time, as far as I remember, and it continues to shift now. I go through so much music, and I love listening to new music, so in that, I'm sure that has an influence on how much my taste changes over time. But since the release of that project, I never really kept up with her. Again, she wasn't really in my radar, probably because of the type of sound she has. But now we have this. Surprisingly, I was excited when her project popped up on my main screen on the service I use. And I said, oh, she dropped a project. Let's listen to it. I did not know what to expect. I did not really have any expectations in the first place. I just know that I remember liking her stuff in the past and just seeing what she had now. I do not know really what I would put as far as a list of favorite tracks, because overall I like the entire project. And a lot of the songs just are very catchy and fun to sing along to, and definitely something I would want to play in the car on a road trip or on a summer drive somewhere, or just when I'm wanting to sing loud in the car one night. I will say maybe I enjoyed the beginning and the end a lot more than the middle, but again, there are good songs throughout, and I think there's something for pretty much anyone. It also felt like a breath of fresh air because the sound diverged away from what I've typically been listening to recently, which is a lot of R&B, popular R&B, alternative R&B-esque, and rap, a little bit of rock, but this was definitely a divergent from that. It's pop punk, cyberpunk-esque sound, and it's a bit nostalgic because it reminds me of a lot of the music I was listening to as a teenager, but it was in secret. The reason it was in secret was because it wasn't cool to listen to it, at least within my social circles and for people that looked like us. But I could tell you, if you listen to a feature of hers or listen to a song from her, you kind of just know it's Kish because her voice. She seems to have a very unique voice. It just stands out to me. And it's when you have a unique voice, if it's good, if it sounds good to the person, it stands out and it's appealing or attractive, right, to listen to that sound. I guess I'll pick some tracks that I like that I could think of. You have No Apology, Choice Cowboy, Super KO Love. Then there's a long one. Spoiled Rotten. I think it's called Distractions 3 Spoiled Rotten. That's the name of the whole track. And let's go with American Girl Theme, which is at the very end of the deluxe edition, or the super deluxe value size edition. I actually like that theme much more than the actual American Girl track in the beginning of the project. I do recommend y'all checking it out. It's a different sound. It has some cyberpunk futuresque sounds to it, and also has some sounds that people would consider retro. I don't really want to call it that because styles and the way things are always cycles through and loops through, so it's not really retro if it's just going to come back anyway over and over again. I mean, at a point everything would be considered retro, right? I'm looking too deep into that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please check out the project if you have. What do you think about it? Until next time, y'all take care of each other. Check up on one another. Check up on yourself. And remember, potential has no limit.